Hey everyone, it's Guy Coolid. So, a few months ago, I released my song My Life, and since then, the song has accumulated 1,900 plays on YouTube. So, I'm really proud of that. I gotta say thanks to everyone who listened to it. And just as a celebration, I thought I'd do a video where I do a breakdown of how I made the song. So, let's get right into it. So, the project, I would say, is somewhat organized. It kind of looks a little messy to me, but it's very minimal. I'm not like using too many tracks. I'll just show you how I made it. So I'm going to be giving you guys the breakdown of how I made it from like what you hear at the beginning to end instead of like production wise. Because when I made the song, I started with the first drop and then I built everything around that. But instead, I'm going to be showing you guys the song and process of what you guys hear throughout it. So let's get right into it. So this first sound here is actually a bounced out audio of the first chord you hear right here, except I've drowned it in reverb so that I can make a longer reverse. So if I unreverse it, it sounds like this. So it has a lot of reverb on it, it has a long tail, and I just reversed it so that I get this ambient reverse sound. I just added that so that it would sweep right into the intro of the song. I mean, instead it could have just gone straight to the point, just going. I just felt like this kind of helped it flow more smoothly into the song. And the plucks, let's see here, it is a preset from Flex from the mobile synth plug called Sun Plug Calculate. Let's see if I've done any mixing with this. I think I was pretty minimal when I did mixing for a lot of sounds here. Not much going on here, just some sound goodizer to help give it more power. And some kickstart that just comes in once the kick starts hitting in this section here. I'll get to it in a bit here. Then we have some more elements that start playing. We have some new chords coming in. And this is a white pluck preset from Arcson Cityscape from Flex as well. I tend to use Flex a lot. I didn't do too much with it, just turning up the character, which basically just changes how it sounds. And I routed it to the same channel as the intro pluck. So nothing else is different on that. I also have this that comes in this pad here, kind of like a piano pad. And it is piano pad. Again, Flex. Essentials piano is pack. Not much I don't think I did with this one. Again, I well not bust, but put every single sound in the intro into the intro pluck. I also have some hits here, which is like a tambourine hit. Not a tambourine hit, but like a hi-hat. Got some snaps. Typical tropical house snaps you'd hear. And then After these go for about 4 bars, the 5th bar after that, we get a kick drum coming in. And along with that, the chords and the piano all start to get sidechained. So the side chain, which is this kickstart here, starts turning on and starts ducking down every single time the kick hits. So we turn the kick on. Another thing I will mention, that a technique I used in this song is using delay with the intro chords. The reason why is because I felt like anytime that quiet delay came in, it kind of acted like a little percussion in the kick. So basically, every time the delay comes in, it kind of adds like a second percussive element to it. Same thing with these plucks here. To play those together. Just adds a little bit more to it. Like if I were to turn off the delay on both of these synths here, it would just sound pretty bland like this. It just sounds kind of boring, but once you add delay, it makes it sound a whole lot more better. Not a whole lot more better, just a lot better. Alright, so this goes on for about 8 bars or so. Just keep playing from here. Kick stops right here. Now we got the build up. So I have this little drum fill that comes in before the build up. Little sweep up. And that falls into an exhaust. And a new pack. These samples here, actually, I got from some FLPs. I think I got one from a remake of Jet Lag by Mike Williams and one from Boomerang by Brooks. So, yeah. I don't have the actual Cashmere pack. Anyways, after that, we have some other stuff going on. We got this snare, some build-up snares. Stock FL Studio snare. I like to use the GRB snare claps a lot, especially in build-ups. I have a channel pitch automation that's just slowly increasing the pitch of it just to add more tension, especially in this part here. I have some build-up loops here. From BandLab, from the Thomas School Progressive House pack. Don't know where this is from. I just pulled this straight out of BandLab Assistant. edit it because I felt like the drums needed a little bit more at the end of it. Got another build-up loop. So all of the snares together sound like this. We got some risers going on here. Thomas Gold Progressive House Pack. Another one from the Thomas Gold Progressive House Pack. Future Bounce Noise Riser. Play both of those, all of those together at the same time. And that's basically all the effects there we have. I also have some automations going on here, but I'll go into those later. I have this bell here, which is basically playing the melody of the drop. Let's see if I can try this. It is the Tinkle Bell preset from Flex from the General MIDI library. How I'm making it able to slide into each other is that I have it in mono mode, and I'm giving it some portamento time, so it manages to slide through notes. I have some reverb on it, some delay on it, just to kind of give it like a sparkly kind of feel to it. And underneath it, I have the leads playing, slowly being filtered in. Here's an automation clip. I have this automation turning off the sidechain for the build-up. And I have the piano pad that continues to play with no sidechain. And what's kind of giving the build-up, this washout effect that you hear in the song, is this automation clip, which is in the master chain. Endless Smile V2, the version 2.2. It's a patcher preset since I don't have the official Endless Smile. This basically is something I use a lot for build-ups. You just choose the effects you want, and then you can automate the intensity knob, and then bring it right back down. So this is what it sounds like with the without the Endless Smile, actually, versus show without. And this with it. kind of drowns it in reverb, kind of lowers the volume of it to kind of give the drop a little more impact. So right before the drop, I have this little snare fill, and this sweep up. So that it sweeps up right into the track and ready to hit the drum beat. So first off, we got a nice treble house kick. A couple snaps. Again, the snap is from the Mike Williams Jet Lag remake. Some offbeat hi-hat hits. Some exhausts. Atmosphere. This atmosphere was actually from an unreleased track that I was working more on a while back that I just pulled out. I just took it and I drowned it in reverb. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I just completely turned down the dry level and just put on a whole bunch of wet level. You can get a lot of decay time to kind of make it really big and atmospheric. Is there something I forgot to mention? I think I forgot to tell what the mixing was for this bell here. No, it's not even much, it's just Soundgoodizer. This song's mixing is really lazy. I don't think I was really trying to do much with it. I think when I was making the song, I was more of just trying to focus more on the songwriting aspect rather than the mixing aspect. Anyways, we have that atmosphere. Once we come into the second half, small little exhaust. The only thing that's different is this percussion loop I made. I'm using some various percussions. Hi-hat hit. This is not hi-hat hit, this is a tambourine. Conga hit, well, not conga hit, bongo hit. Shaker hit. Conga drum hit. Another conga drum hit. And I just sequenced it together into this little percussion fill. Well, not percussion fill, percussion loop. So if I play that with the drums, it sounds like this. Sounds pretty nice to me. You just have a reversed exhaust that's just acting like a riser. Just kind of as an ending part for the song. And I have this fill that ends the whole drop. So let's get into the instruments. Let's start with the leads. Very nice, very bright sounding drop house leads. The first layer is a battle preset. Let's see this one. Not sure what this one was actually. Oh, this is a preset I made from not made that I made for a sample pack, not a sample pack, a sound bank I was working on. I think if I look in this, this is probably, I bet this is the mellow preset. If I go back in here and find it, AC Flux. No, I think it was Oh My. Yep. All I did with it is I just took this in just to give it a longer decay time. This skin, by the way, isn't actually what Vital looks like. This is actually a serum skin. If I can just take this off, I don't really care. Defaults. This is what it really just looks like. And then we have Sign Pluck body from Flex, another Sin Pluck. Oh, I think I forgot. I had to change a few things. And then we have a classic pluck. This is Citrus, stock FL Studio plugin. This is also a stock preset. A Hawaiian guitar from Flex, which is just basically a ukulele. And finally, a piccolo. Put it all together. All these things that are causing like these little slides are important. These are slide notes that are helping to add an extra feel to it. So if I were to take out these, not need to do that. We'll just fix that there. If I were to take out this, it would just sound plain and basic. Whereas if I added them, they add a lot more to it, especially when I take away these. It just makes it a lot. It makes just a huge difference in it. It takes the boringness out of it, if that's what I would say for it. It just kind of adds a little more feeling to it, if that's what you would say. It just adds a little bit more to it. It also kind of adds that tropical feeling to it. Mixing. So the mixing isn't too crazy. I first started with this. This is what it sounds like without mixing. Straight from the beginning. So the first thing I added was a sound godizer. Not sound godizer, an EQ, cutting away all the lows, keeping some mids. The sound godizer to help give more power. Some reverb to make it bigger. A filter for the build-ups, obviously. And the sidechain. So that is the leads there. Another thing I should mention when I was making the song only has 25% swing, which is just basically pushing some notes off beat to kind of give like this bouncy feeling to the song. Let's take a look at the chords. First we have a dance piano from FL Keys. Yamaha C7 from Essential Pianos in Flex, playing an octave higher, and Beach Pluck from Sense Gemini, playing Magnificence, back from Flex. Play it all together. For the mixing on it, this is what it sounds like without any effects. First, I added an EQ, cutting away all the lows, keeping some mids. Sound guys to add more power. Some reverb to add some width to it. And some sidechain. Now we move on to the bass. Very punchy, very not really buzzy, but just kind of has like a little bit of high end. First preset is the Bite Me preset from Arc Sun Cityscape. Next preset is Mr. Basic from, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, Oblata Compendium. Oblata Compendium pack from Flex. Basically, it's kind of like an analog bass. And Scientific Theory, if that's how you would say. This is kind of like a psytrance bass, but I just use it kind of just as like a basic analog bass. I'm jumping in different octaves here to kind of give the bass a little bit of bounce in it. For the mixing, I'm using some Sound Goodizer, some OTT compression, Camel Crusher, not too much here because I'm using the more beef preset instead of using British Clean because I felt like British Clean was making it punch way too hard. And some sidechain. This is what it sounds like without any mixing effects, by the way. Oh, just repeat it instead of. There we go. The bass just sounds like really dry without the mixing effects, but once you add it, it makes it hit so much harder. Alright, so once we put all of that together, we have the drop. I think something I forgot to mention was that I added this little counter melody in the song. And the mixing on that is some Fruity Parametric EQ cutting away the lows, Sound Goodizer to give it more power, Valhalla Supermassive Reverb instead, and some sidechain. And the preset I'm using is the Synth Mallet from the General MIDI library in Flex. I gave it some mono legato to it so it could slide. I really like this preset. I've used it a few times in some of my Tropical House tracks. I am working on some new ones. Hopefully I'll get them released, but for now this is the only Tropical House song that I have released so far. Anyways, going back to the song, we now have the first break. Well, not first break, second break. Little sub just to introduce it, bring back the chords sweeping up. This piano here is playing the melody from the drop, well, not the melody from the drop, the counter melody. And also something I did here is that I had added a little bit of a different kick pattern. So it has this rhythm instead. Also have this little drum fill here. So it kind of adds to it. Also have a riser and an exhaust. This pad piano starts to play the counter melody. The counter melody also plays in this part of the song. Come right back into the next build-up. The build-up's the same thing. The second drop is the same thing. The only thing that's different now is that we have this kind of like this bridge right before the last drop in the outro. So basically have the counter melody playing. Without any sidechain actually. I'm just adding like a small little build up here. I'm using less elements than I would in the regular build up. Now the last drop is a little different because instead of playing the regular melody we had at the start, I'm playing the counter melody instead, which sounds like this. And that plays throughout the whole final drop. And I also have the percussion loop playing throughout the whole last drop. My bad. I have this drum fill that comes in between, right at the half point. And then to finish the song off, I just play the counter melody right here. So an exhaust, a reversed exhaust. So that there is the whole song. I'm trying to think of some takeaways you can think about from this whole song. One thing I will say is, please try to be more organized than I am with organizing your songs. Because I mean, look at this. This is a mess. I mean, one thing I will say that was organized is the mixer rack here. I don't always tend to be really huge on mastering. Well, when I made this song, let me see if I can actually take a look at when I started this song. General project settings, info. I started this project on 3/9/2022, so that was a long time ago. I might need to check the song, see how long ago that was. It was 5 months ago I released this song. I spent 28 hours and 10 minutes trying to work on this song. There's 47 plugins being used, 69 channels being used, 21 mixer tracks being used, um, playlist tracks, 19 playlist clips, 1,155, and there's in total 2,100 notes. Um, I could show the mastering. The thing is, when I made this song, I was like, I would say I was still an amateur at music production. I wouldn't say I'm not an amateur anymore. I'm still somewhat an amateur because I recently started getting into realizing the importance of mastering. Something I will say that is not good is that if I turn off all the mastering effects, that starts clipping a lot, and that is something that you do not want. And the thing is, all that I would do at that period of time when I was working on this song is that I would just throw a limiter on it and call it good, just to keep sounds from peaking a whole lot. But there's not much else I could take away from this. I don't know why some of these are panned. I think I might have accidentally messed with them when I was scrolling through the mixer rack, but there's not much I can else say. What else I could say about this other than I really enjoyed making this song. I'm really glad a lot of people enjoyed listening to it. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna end the video there. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I make something like this again. Let me know if I make something like this again and what song I should cover next time. Till then, see you guys. Bye.